Oh, good morning, everybody. Fellowship of the Clouds. Yeah, it's pretty cold here today. I mean, the temperature's been dropping, but it's finally getting down. Last time it was down in the teens. Today the highs ain't gonna be any higher than 20 something, and we didn't get a lot of snow, but we have what we ended up when the precipitation started yesterday here. It was sleet and mix of rain, a little bit of snow. And then as it went into the night, it was all just mostly ice. There's a very little light covering of snow on top of some of the ice. So, which is unfortunate because I was hoping we were going to get the snow that they had been talking about. Now, other areas got it, but where I'm located, I know that Tennessee got a good bit. Like my neighbor actually that lives here, but she's visiting a friend in Tennessee where they're at. They ended up getting about 5 or so inches. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't drive. So, but that being said, I do have 2 appointments tomorrow that I'm going to call and have to reschedule because for one, I had 2 different options one option from a guy from church. He couldn't give me a ride tomorrow because he's got an eye appointment. And then the other guy that said he might be able to give me a ride, I don't know if I hadn't even talked to him. And the transportation service was closed yesterday because they close, whether it's government, but anytime the school system's closed, they close. Martin Luther King birthday holiday yesterday. So they were closed, couldn't call them. Lo and behold, today, ice on the road, snow, I think, that in other areas, but in this county, so the schools are closed. That means public transportation is closed, so I can't call today to schedule a ride with them. And I had thought about canceling one of the appointments anyway, I really didn't know because one's at 9:15 or something. The other one's at 10:40, and they're both in the same area, so I could have went in one, came out, if there was a little time to kill, killed it, and then went in the other one. So this video is going to be a don't sweat the small stuff, so just hold your horses, and it's all small stuff. So I messaged David and told him that I think it might be the best idea to cancel both appointments because even if Tony can take me tomorrow, now the precipitation is pretty much done, but it's still cloudy today, and it's not going to get above the 20s. And tonight it's supposed to get down to 5 degrees. So even if the sun popped out and melted a little bit of what's on the roads, it's going to refreeze tonight. You're going to have a lot of black ice and stuff. So I don't know if I'd want to even ask someone to attend. I mean, some people are cool about they don't mind. They know how to drive in it. It's not really that bad, but, I don't want to put anybody in a position that they might not be comfortable with trying to get down there and get me to the appointment when I can't. Because my toe is looking better. Like, I changed my dressing yesterday, and it's still, but I've actually been able to put a shoe on my foot, because I just put a little bit simple dressing on it now, and I'm able to get my shoe on and it not really bother me. I can walk the dog in my shoes and stuff. I've been wearing my sandals, but so that's where I'm at. I haven't made the phone calls yet because I really don't know for sure. And then I tried both my electric heaters here in the room this morning. After about 5 minutes, the breaker flipped. So I can't run 2 heaters in the room at the same time. But I do have a little buddy heater that uses propane, but I only have one little propane tank. So I'm utilizing it right now to kind of warm it up, but I'm going to turn it off here in a little bit so that I can utilize it tonight. Because if it's going to get down to 5, I'm probably going to need to run the buddy heater and the one electric heater that works the best. Anyway, let's get on with this. Don't sweat the small stuff. And if you're new here, hey, consider subscribing. If you're watching, right now, hit the thumbs up. Hit that like button. And if you are subscribed, hit the like button. But if you aren't subscribed and you've watched a video or two and you're liking what you see, think about it. It'll help me out. It'll help you. It'll help us all out because eventually, anyway, I'm trying not to worry about some stupid stuff that's going on in the world that I have no control over. Let's get on with this. Number 54, understand the statement, wherever you go, there you are. This is the title of a super book by Jon Kabat-Zinn. As the title suggests, wherever you go, you take yourself with you. The significance of this statement is that it can teach you to stop constantly wishing you were somewhere else. We tend to believe that if we were somewhere else on vacation with another partner in a different career, a different home, a different circumstance, somehow we would be happier and more content. We wouldn't. The truth is, if you have destructive mental habits, if you get annoyed and bothered easily, if you feel angry and frustrated a great deal of the time, or if you're constantly wishing things were different, these identical tendencies will follow you wherever you go. And the reverse is also true. If you're a generally happy person who rarely gets annoyed and bothered, then you can move from place to place, from person to person with very little negative impact. Someone once asked me, what are the people like in California? I asked him, what are the people like in your home state? He replied, selfish and greedy. I told him that he would probably find the people in California to be selfish and greedy. Something wonderful begins to happen with the simple realization that life, like an automobile, is driven from the inside out, not the other way around. As you focus more on becoming more peaceful with where you are rather than focusing on where you would rather be, you begin to find peace right now, in the present. Then as you move around, try new things, and meet new people, you carry that sense of inner peace with you. It's absolutely true that wherever you go, there you are. Yes. I mean, it's like someone, I'm going to use the example as if, okay, with my drinking. Let's say that my drinking problem, I don't have anybody to hang out really with or anything, like even before I quit drinking. I mean, even though I messed up last week and everything, but I mean, I'm very much still moving forward with sobriety. This is day 5 since the last day I drank last week. So that's good. But I mean, I never had much of a problem with it being, nobody else has ever twisted my arm and made me do any of the things I ever did. But that being said, I do understand the whole phenomenon of changing your people, places, and things. But if you're still in that same mindset, so if you think that moving out of the area you're at is going to change what's going on with you, that's like, whether it be addiction or finances or anything that's going on, if there's things going on inside you that you are not addressing, no matter where you relocate, those same things are going with you. I very much know this. Like over 2 years ago, well, like for the first couple of years living here, like 2.5 years or like, I'm going to say 2.5 years of living here, I was pretty much, I was constantly trying to figure out. Now, at one point I wanted to stay in this area, but not in this trailer. I wanted to find another trailer or another house or something to rent and blah, blah, blah. But I always kept thinking, and then like sometimes I was thinking I wanted to just, I didn't know where I wanted to go. I wanted to be somewhere else. but it wouldn't have changed anything because at that time I was still so drunk all the time. So if I'd moved, I would have still been in the same mental state. I would have been still miserable. And, I used to be so down on, like, I don't ever get nobody coming by. I don't have no friends, blah, 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 blah. To when you skip to, I can't remember exactly when I first really got on the wagon. But, that first time that I really took it, just was like, look, my health is bad and I've got to get good. I got to get better. And I've got a mission here, and I want to be able to be on point. That when the time comes that what I'm here to do on this earth, I don't want to be on the sidelines drunk and see somebody else doing what I was asked to do. I don't want to be seeing drunk and messed up and going, oh, God, I that's what I was supposed to do. That's where you had me. So that's why I'm trying my hardest, even though I fouled up. But the Spirit tells me, if you messed up, like if I stumble, or like the old expression, if I fall, get up and brush my pants off and keep going. Get back on the wagon. The longer I stay off the wagon, the more likely it is that I might not ever get back on it. So, that's where when these mistakes have happened over the past year and a half or however long it's been, the Spirit just assures me, God, like my Creator says, don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing good, but get back to it. Get back to what you were doing. The quicker you get back to it, the easier it is, the harder it'll be for you to pull back out of that rut. So here we are. Like I said, 5 days. Now, like I said, I'd had quite a few months, again, like about 5 months probably sober completely from the last time I'd messed up. And that last time was only a couple of days. And, I'm not trying to justify it. And I don't want to dwell on it either. Like, it is what it is. I never write off the fact that, on any given day, I don't know what I'm going to do. I could wake up tomorrow and just not care about whatever and decide to go back to, and doing it. Hopefully I won't. Just all I can do is focus on this day that I'm in. Hence the title of being changed when the Spirit said, yeah, you're still the gift giver, but I want you to go, I want you to start now. I need you to focus on being in the moment. So you're the sage of the eternal moment. And that's what I've been learning. Sometimes I get out of the moment, plenty of times. But I'm quick to be able to observe that I'm out of my center. I'm off. I'm quick to know that I'm not focused on the moment I'm in, on the day I'm in. I'm either thinking too far ahead, or I'm thinking about yesterday or years back, or about something and things that are completely out of my control, or thinking about the government, how corrupt it is. Like I was told, stop thinking, stop worrying about that crap. I know when the time comes, I'll be where I need to be to hopefully make some better change to the world. But as far as the corruption, as far as them putting out these stupid diseases, it's coming again, and they've already been amping it up. Supposedly there's something else out there going to come, and it's going to be 20 times more deadly than what you just saw. Well, if it is, it is. There ain't nothing I can do about that. I'm still not going to take part in participating in what they want you to do, and that's to get the... Not me. Put a bullet in my head, I'd rather do that. Not myself, but you can just shoot me if you need me to do that so that I fall in line. I'm not falling in line for that. Put me in a concentration camp, because those are coming too. But I'm not worrying about it. I can't worry about it. The more I focus on that junk, and it's all through your feeds, everywhere you go, any social media I'm on, even when I am trying to ignore it, I can't help but see the headlines. It's just like on YouTube. I see what's going on even if I'm not watching the videos. Even if I'm not watching the news or reading the articles, I see headlines. I see it. And then some of the things I do watch on YouTube or some of the channels I like, some of those people will be talking about some of this stuff. That's how I find out and know about it. But for the most part, I try to tune it out and stay focused on Great Cloud and the moment he's in. What can I do in my life immediately in this moment, and who can I help around me in my surrounding area? That's what I'm supposed to focus on. And I would suggest that we all should do that. Focus on where we're at, the moments we are in, and the people that we do have around us. I can't worry about the people on the other side of the country, the other side of the world. I mean, I don't wish nobody no harm, but, it is what it is. So, this is a long video, kind of. I don't have a time limit. When it starts rolling, like right now, I'm just going to tell you, the past few days, the Spirit's been moving, and it's moving good. Like, it's always moving good, but it's just, I've been in tune, and I'm getting more in sync. And if it's rolling out of me, then I'm going to keep on just talking until I feel it's time, okay, I've said what needed to be said, and hopefully it makes sense to everybody that's watching, and then I'll stop, So remember, wherever you're at is where you're at, and your problems will follow you if you're not dealing with your problems. That's the basis. That's just basic, simple, common. That's common sense. I think it's also the people, when we think that we can move and relocate and do this and that's going to change everything, a lot of times I think people that maybe have that mindset, they also have a hard time of accepting responsibility for where they're at because of the choices they made. Everything I've ever done led me to wherever I was at. And I made a lot of piss poor decisions in life. Lots of drugs, lots of stupid stuff, lots of just being bullheaded and not knowing, thinking I knew something and I didn't know anything. That's about all I know. Is I don't know a whole lot. I know very little. But I do know that I am loved, and I do know I have a deep personal relationship with the bigger picture, the big kahuna, the one that I report to. I ain't talking about nobody else. I ain't talking about no pastor or nobody else, but I'm going to talk about myself and who I feel that I report to and who I will like to listen to and follow their instructions when I can get my mind in the right place. So that being said, I'm going to continue to do that because the more I just focus on that, the better life seems to be. Now, I have certain agitations that I go through every day. Like I have a habit of, like yesterday, I don't know what was causing it, but I was getting so irate over I don't remember what it was I was doing, but man, something was pissing me off and I was just, and I was cussing out loud and everything. And I had to pull myself back. And I felt the Spirit. The Spirit said, "Lo, Great Cloud, it is not that big a deal. Calm your butt down. Calm down." And once I was calmed down, I realized, why was I getting irritated? Why was something so minute irritate me like that? I think it's human. It's just part of the human condition. But I'm learning, and I like to share that part of me because all y'all see is what I put on camera. But, I just get frustrated when I get bent out of shape over stuff and find myself in that mindset. It's not a fun feeling. I don't like that feeling. So I like to try to stay the way that you see me on camera throughout most of the day. Like, that's how I am. Like, I am, most of the time, a pretty happy person. I get along with most people, and that's the way I keep it. But where I'm at is there's a lot of frustration during my privates. Like in my private situations, sometimes I just get so bent out of shape over stupid stuff, and those are the things I'm working on. Like, you knock something over and make a mess, and you just go, hey, or you just cleaned up something. The dog, the little dog just made a mess, and you just cleaned it up, and she comes out of the room and makes another mess, and I gotta clean up another mess. It's not the end of the world, Great Cloud. It's not the end of the world. And so, but, sometimes we find ourselves in places where it just happens. Sometimes you're going to feel out of place and get bent out of shape. And like I said yesterday, I don't always have someone to reel me in other than myself. So that's what I'm learning. When I feel that I'm out of line and nobody else is around, I got to make sure to pull back. I got to listen to the Spirit go, oh, hey, man, it's not that bad. Stop. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself, because I'm going to need you sometime. I'm going to need you, and I'm going to need you not to be doing that, Gray Cloud. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what my position is coming. I can't be doing all that kind of nonsense. I'm going to have to learn how to have a better level head at all times. So, I don't know. I enjoy being very open here and telling people about how I am and what I do. I enjoy sharing my joy. I enjoy also sharing when I'm not very joyous, when I'm going through things. Like I said before, if you are going through anything, you can get through it too, and you're not alone. Don't ever feel afraid to comment in the video, share anything about yourself you want to, and look for me on social media. I know I don't have any links and all that, but you can find me on X, Gab, Facebook, Instagram. And if you would like to personally communicate with me, we can go that route too. There's several people that are subscribed here that I talk to on a regular basis. Like, we actually communicate on the phone, text and calling and talking. Over the little time that I've had this channel, a few people I've made relations with, and they're dear friends now. And at some point we were able to connect, and I could send them through a private message my information to contact me. That's all I'm saying is if you ever feel like you would like to get to talk, if you'd ever want to talk or just have my number, I'm open to giving it to somebody once I've gotten to know you a little bit. Like I said, follow me on some of the social media, message me. I have no problem with, if you want to actually directly contact me, that I'll give it to you, and we'll maybe I'll be one of your best friends. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to sound like I'm some pity potty dude that's begging anybody to be my friend. But I love all y'all, and you know how I say it, and you know why I say it. I say it in the memory of Sarah Borland. Until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud. Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. Ditto, 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 ditto. Ditto, D-I-T-T-O.